No, thank you so much for coming on and agreeing to do this. Very long overdue. My goodness, we spoke about this last year, and then if things kept on happening.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's been months.
It's been months. And I just saw something interesting on your profile. I don't know what did I notice it the last time or not, but Okoma Melody.
Yeah,
Oh, so cool. I miss that side of life. My mom's whole family is in Pretoria. Maracos Tembater.
is it? Okay, Mamelodi is Victoria Mamelodi. That's where I'm based.
Okay, ke hopotse ya Pitori, mara ya Mamelodi ke yone ne ke sa e tsebeng gore you're right there. All right, could you please just give us a brief introduction to yourself, what exactly you do, and please integrate how the amazing work that you do comes right into wellness, because that's how I found you. That's I saw you on a newspaper, and I'm like, because this is what her magic candles do. This is why we need to talk. Okay, continue.
Well, Libito like a Fikile, ne? And I'm a mother, ne? I'm a daughter, I'm a friend. I am the founder of House of Kganya as well. So my business, I make candles. I make scented soy wax candles. So how I started the business and for me to get into wellness, it's because once upon a time I went through stuff in life, was 2021. So I was unemployed for a short period of time. And then that's when I actually started learning more about scents. Because obviously, if you're unemployed, you were used to getting like some money. Obviously, now you're not getting it. Mental health is coming in. You're starting to feel down. Everything it's just like a dark cloud. But then at that time, I just used to burn a lot of candles. But then I noticed that when I do, something happens, and I was like, actually, I'm unemployed. Let me make candles. Let me learn how to make candles and also just be out there like an advocate for making people aware that scent actually does help. It's not everybody that has money to go to like therapists, psychologists, and so forth. So before you can do that, I would recommend that you try out like self methods in which you can just take care of your mental health. Also, it's like a good prevention method because I mean, come on, every day there's just something happening that's just gonna, affect our mental health. So it's like a great prevention method to not let things get out of hand. So yeah, my business is House of Kanya, and I make soy wax scented candles specifically targeted to, help with mental health.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that. Because I've always spoken about gifting people that are struggling with their mental health and being quite intentional about the gifts. tse re ba fang tsona. And one of the things that I would always say putting in there is a candle and a scented candle. But I never thought about it in the way that you are describing it. And when I think about it now, really, even when you're talking about like your self care days and resetting days, there's always a candle involved. But even more so when it's scented, you don't realize that it's actually a therapy in its own form. Yeah. And with the work that I believe you and I are doing, we are trying to work on the prevention side of things. So before you get to a place where you end up being admitted or medicated, let you have tried everything else, with the exercise, with whatever, but aromatherapy as well with candles would be a really great one. No, thank you so much for that. And I'm really happy that you started that business with that type of intention because yo, ke solid community in tsa rona hle.
What is happening? And people are just not aware of the things that happen to them daily. I'll just make an example. Somebody, a current does something, and you maybe know how to, talk back or whatever. But that transaction, as it happens, you are not aware that it's actually just building up maybe tension or trauma in your body. You understand? So it's just building up. So you obviously require something to help you release that. People say, oh, angry. But it's not because they want to be angry, it's because trauma has built up in their body, in their system, that the only thing that they exude is just anger. So my work actually helps with releasing of these emotions, of this trauma, of this tension, It's not medication per se that you take orally, but it is medication for, your mental health when you relax. Even if you are home, you're cooking, whatever, just get that scent in you so that it can help you come down or boost your mood or relax, whatever that is it that you need. I've got a scent for everything.
Oh, how
So
wonderful.
aware of their daily activities that actually this can build up trauma in my body, in my system, and it will obviously impact the type of person that you are out there.
Mm. And there's a lot of times where when you're mentioning something going wrong, a piece of it in your day, and how it builds up. There's been a lot of times where my husband and I will discuss someone that we met throughout the day, and the first thing was the way this person was so angry or gave me so much attitude until I realized it's like a stress in it. And then we find a way to bring that conversation into that person, and the person breaks down immediately. Oh, yeah, go but in the moment, to protect themselves, they'll put the anger on and whatever else it is without realizing what it's those small things that are building up to these things. And if you could just get home and do something that's going to refresh, or even just having the candle in your office, in your workplace, like to just keep grounding you back.
All need something. There's a lot of ways to just deal with your mental health. There is a lot, but people don't pay it into mind, and sometimes maybe they don't know, or maybe they just don't know how to take care of their mental health. I think also others don't think that their mental health gets impacted. They're just thinking we are living. It's the same as seeing somebody that's constantly happy and calm and all these things. And I mean, come on.
Mm.
365 days. It's not possible. But when you see this person, take something calm. Maybe go. They're doing something for their mental health. They're either taking pills, there's something that they're doing. They've got bracelets. You're doing something for your mental health because honestly, it impacts the person that you are.
Yeah.
It totally.
Oh, absolutely. Now that's a great segment into our next question on what routines do you have that you have implemented for yourself that you have realized benefits your mental health. So these can be rituals that you do on a daily or weekly or once a month to reset. But we are here because we want to copy you. So what do you do?
Okay, so usually I burn my candles. There is different sets for different mood. So if I'm like I don't have like a very busy day or whatever, and I just want to end it on a very calm note. I will have like tea and I will burn my candle, which is sandalwood. It's very great for like relaxation and just calming me down. And if maybe I feel down and I need to boost my mood, I will go for like lemongrass. So I have like a candle for any type of mood that you need out there, right? So I burn my candles. I like candles. It's very great. And also I realized that it's not only the scent that speaks with you, it's also the flame. There's just something about fire that when your eyes touches it, this reaction naturally in your body that just says come down. So there's like a flame communication or connection of saying calm down. The world will bend, just come down. I also do hiking. I love hiking. I feel like as a wellness, somebody advocate, it's you need to be connected. So nature is where you connect. So I love hiking a lot. What else do I do? Okay, so I have like my bracelet, which I wear. Listen, I can tell when I'm not wearing this bracelet because obviously I have to clean it, right? Sometimes I'll clean it and then forget.
Is it the
Literally,
copper band?
it's the copper band.
I
So
need to find mine again. What happened?
listen, if it's not there, I will tell immediately by how I react to things that are more likely to tick me off. I can
Let
tell.
me, sorry to cut you off there, but just to speak on the copper band, né? I'm so I don't know, I'm excited or enlightened about this because my father-in-law bought one for me because I was struggling with my headaches.
Okay.
And they really helped. It like having the band on, it really did help. And it's gotten to a point where now when I get a headache, I'm actually able to be like, what's the problem? Is it because I didn't eat? Or, whereas before then it was just constantly all the time. And it worked so well for that. So now I didn't know that even for your mental health.
Yeah, because think about it. I mean, if it can maybe lower the headache, it helps with releasing the tension, doesn't it? Then now you can think better. Now you can focus better, you know? So it's known for its properties to actually assist with blood circulation. So let's just say you're angry and it's there. You're more likely to think things through before just answering or whatever. You know, like I'm saying, if it's not there, I can tell. You try to tick me off, I'm gonna react. But if it's there, I'm like, are you worth my energy? No.
Mm.
Things that actually help, you know, hiking, lighting candles, my bracelet. Also incense, burning incense sticks, but then with that one you need to be careful because people have like different conditions, you know, maybe you can't handle smoke or stuff like that. Also I'll just put in that, which is why I make like natural 100% natural candles because I know that it's soy wax, it's natural. My fragrances are also natural. So when you burn it, there isn't that effect, like that blackness effect when you burn a candle. It's not there. So it's like literally just pure. You smell the fragrance pure as it is. You can also use the wax or the candle on your skin. It's not gonna burn you. It's actually yeah. So if you're gonna burn incense, just maybe be careful as to can you take smoke or not because it's actually quite strong. So yeah, those are the things that I do. Also, just I've actually recently realized that if you follow certain codes that we like to just throw around on a daily, if you follow them, you will realize that it actually helps. You know, so being aware, like reading codes that are like motivational and positive, that also helps. You know.
I'm happy you mentioning the quotes because there's a lot of people that find that. I mean, there was a trend I think towards end of last year about how motivational speakers are not really doing a thing or whatever, and I understood that, but at the same time, just but these are really things that actually do help. Like having sticky notes that are reminding you of good things, good habits, good ways for you to speak to yourself are really things that are quite helpful. And having quotes that work with you or that really help you. Do you have one that you can think of at the moment that you would say is a quote that helps you move?
Well, I actually even posted this today on my status, right? Because since Monday, I've been doing this thing mentally. I've been saying to myself that regulate your nervous system. I saw actually a post about that, and I was like, actually, that's not something that I actively do, you know? So there's a quote that says that be where your feet are. So mentally, if you are in the boardroom, be let your mind be where you are, where your feet are. If you are watching TV and you're relaxed at home, don't be out there thinking, "Oh, I must finish that project." No, you see, because now your feet are at home, but your brain is elsewhere. So be like I've been constantly reminding myself, be where your and that also helps with reducing the anxiety that comes with stress. Because if you're stressing, obviously you're going to get anxiety because now you're thinking of ways of, you know, releasing the stress or letting it go or finishing that so that you can be stress free. But that actually just causes more and more anxiety in your brain, in your body, you know. So that code actually helps. You must just constantly remember it. If it comes rushing down, you know, the anxiety, the shock, whatever that might be attacking you mentally, you just come down and be like, let me be where my feet are. I'm actually with my friends at a restaurant having a great dinner. Let me not stress about whatever at home. Let me not stress about whatever at work, you know. It also just allows you to live life freely, to be mindful of what you're doing. If I am eating with friends and we are laughing, I am mindful of my surroundings, of my friends. You can hear them better. You can respond to them better. You know, so that's like one of the codes. Be where your feet are.
Oh, that's yeah, that's great. You know why I'm getting to I get to busy naturally basically like sure no no I don't lecture today is fine I'm here for it. It's getting to me because the past few days I've been realizing that because I've changed the way I'm doing my business now. So most of the time I'm working from home and I already struggle with clinical depression and anxiety. So I freak out because I'm doing this and I'm just like, "Mara, ha ke so pay," and Mara, ha ke so ha ka fiela, Mara, and then I end up finding myself doing other things. And then by 8 p.m., 9 p.m., I'm like, I got responded to email. I got, you know, And then I started thinking, what's making the difference? Because before, if kids read and kids about what get la pay saying and then gets my hack get clean like clean saying gets my and then I get why was things a bit more of a balance? Whereas now I'm just inside you. And you saying that is honestly it's going to reduce so much anxiety. You just be where you are and focus on this and it's exactly what you need to do here properly and productively so and then move on to the next one and be present in that next situation. Oh
Yes.
no, thank you so much for that. Yeah. And then the next thing I would like to hear from you is in your experience with the work that you are doing, or generally just in your life as an adult, what have you seen to be the signs that somebody's struggling with their mental health?
Withdraw. People withdraw. When people are going through stuff, they withdraw. And I can say, unfortunately, I've noticed that a lot of men will do that. It doesn't matter if you are at work, if you've got like a male bestie at work, immediately when they're going through something, because I don't know why they don't like speaking, it's their thing. but usually, withdrawal, it's the first thing that will should tell you as a friend, as a lover, family member, whatever, that there's actually something wrong here. But for someone like you and I, we work with mental health, that we can pick up that. For somebody that's not really have this kind of information, usually if somebody withdraws, the other person will withdraw as well. They'll be like, or you understand, and it causes more problems. But usually, if somebody withdraws, there's definitely something because you won't wake up and decide, today I'm going to withdraw. Today I just want to be by myself or whatever. I'm just making an example at work. If you're used to eating with somebody, listen, it's not likely that the person the next day will be like, you know what, I just want to be by myself. Bye. There is definitely something happening. So with the symptom that people actually have when they're struggling with mental health. Also, cancelling on plans. If people have issues, you will make plans with them. They will constantly cancel. They literally unavailable. It's not that they're unavailable all the time. Yes, sometimes, but not all the time. But it's because they are going through something. And in most cases, let's just say maybe they're constantly cancelling on events or things where you need to spend money, then it means finances are an issue. Like there's just always something that will lead you to the person's problem. And it depends also what kind of support structure you have for that person. Because sometimes, let's just say I'm a colleague to somebody, we know that, but I can definitely tell. I feel like I don't have the grounds to go and be like, listen, I can see blah blah blah. Rather, I will tell the friend and be like, dude, but did you notice one, two, three? And the friend, like I said, not everybody is aware. They'll be like, oh, actually, and then maybe give some tips to say, just maybe ask what's going on, blah, blah. But humans naturally are drawn to other humans. If a human withdraws a human, it definitely means that the other is just having issues. In most cases, they start with the mental issues.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true. That then tells us that we need to be more observant of the people around us.
We definitely, if you're around someone and they can't spot it, then you're with the wrong people. People
Mm,
that people that love you, they will definitely feel it, they will see it, and it will be uncomfortable because then, it's not energy. That's why energy is so big, because even if we're smiling, I can still feel that, man, you're not, the person that I know. What's wrong? But if people can't pick it up, then definitely, girl, boy, you are with the wrong people, because there's no way we spend so much time together and I can't tell if you're sad, if you're happy, if you need support or whatever.
oh no, absolutely. And then what have you found to be the best way to help someone that is struggling with their mental health? This could be a stranger or somebody that you know, but generally, what have you found to be like a really good way that helps?
Thing is, with mental health, it's very tricky because you don't know if this person is diagnosed or not, right? You don't know if you can tell the signs, you can see that there's actually something wrong, but now you don't know the if it's big or not. Is it like a psychologist, psychiatrist situation? Does this person need a doctor or what? Because I can be out there and be like, oh, listen, buy my Kindle, you'll be fine. But no, you'll find that maybe yes, it does help with today, but this person requires medication. But usually, what I do is I will just hoy in the topic of mental health and doctors and stuff, just to hear if they are aware that there might be something wrong with them. Because sometimes, like I said, some people think we just live, but no, we live, and the things that happen to us on a daily impact the type of people that we are, right? So if somebody has issues, I honestly do recommend my candles. I recommend speaking with loved ones. I recommend also doctors, because sometimes somebody's situation requires medication for like a short term period of time, or it might be longer. It doesn't matter, but sometimes one needs medication because things are just really that bad for them. They can't cope. There's people that can't cope without medication. And like I said, you find people that are calm all the time. And it's like, no, what are you on? Why are you so calm? So yeah.
Oh, okay. That's really helpful because that's such a nice. I don't know. I think starting off with the way you're saying on asking a person, some light questions to hear where exactly they are when it comes to the mental health space, because it's such a sensitive thing that if someone can tell us beat or one diagnoser, you are.
They were diagnosed already. They forgot their pills at home, and now they're reacting, and you see it, and you bring it up. Joe, one trial. You
Yeah.
understand? You need to be. Mental health is a very sensitive topic to have, and we just are not honest enough as loved ones or as humans to one another, because you can tell ukuthi umuntu akekho right, and you need something. You definitely need something. Some people, like me in 2021, when I went through that journey, I honestly didn't want to get to a point where I'm taking antidepressants. I didn't want that for myself. And hence that's why I just kept on experimenting with saints up until I found, that right blend to actually help with mental health. Because I didn't just go, okay, this one. No, you go through like an experiment, and where you're gonna have to be like, okay, no, this actually does help. And also finding like suppliers that supply proper things. It's really difficult, because now you don't want to be out there selling a product to people that you think is great, but it doesn't do anything. It's a loss. Now I'm lying to people, right? But honestly speaking, it's a very sensitive topic. It can take one off. So you need to know how to speak with people, like being very aware of what you're saying to them, so that you don't offend the other person.
I love what you're saying on you having to figure out the sense that, works for you. That takes me back to, and you'll tell me if you agree with me or not, but I really believe that finding the the sweet spot for what works for your mental health, it
Yo,
takes trial and error. And how you serious, sorting yourself out to the best of your ability, you might have to try a whole lot of other things before you get to the point, yeah,
you're gonna go through a lot. Even people that take pills, they've Baba changed the medication a lot of times, because it's even worse. And my heart breaks when I speak of this, because how can existing be so costly? Like, we're supposed to just exist, but it is so costly with everything that we pay for just to be alive. We still have to pay to just live, to just cope with the daily practices of life. And it's really sad. People will go through dosages and dosages of medication. 6 months, bachencha, okra strong dose, wachencha, okra, and it's really costly and it's really sad. So it's, oh, it's, yeah,
And a costlier
come on,
thing is not
come on.
just financially, it's physically as well. Because ha ho tshwane le ha o tshwere ke flu, o tsaya, and then you know something at the end of the day is going to work out.
Hello?
Hi. Can you? Oh, am I losing you?
Ooh, you are hanging. I can't hear you now.
That's so, and I can hear you so clearly. Can you hear me now? Babe, I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Ooh, um, you're hanging. But I can hear you. As Keith, I didn't get that part. I only heard when you said that costlier thing. It's a lot. It's not just financially, but also like physically.
Okay.
Which is true. Even the people. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Are we back on track now?
Oh, okay. No, you're still hanging on my side, but it's fine. If you can hear me, I'll just continue speaking. Even people that support people with mental, it also affects them. It affects them, and
Mm.
it's like what they now feel support people with you know if you live with somebody that has mental health issues, it is very costly for you emotionally because you need to support them. You need to know the moods. You need to know how they act, how they walk, how you need to know exactly what's happening with them so that it does not affect you or tick you off because I mean they're going through something. They wake up, they're not fine, and then they do some. You can't constantly match their energy. Eventually you're going to have to learn yourself how to handle somebody that has mental health issues because it's not easy. But then eventually and you know how to support them. So it is costly emotionally, the person and the people that need to support people with mental health issues.
Oh, that's very true, and thank you for bringing that up because that's people that are taking care of these of people that are struggling with their mental health are usually the people that we forget about giving them support because it's already you are strong enough to take care of this person, continue to do your job, so and then until that person is also sinking into a bad place because of having to be a caregiver. So it is a tough one, but thank you so much for bringing that up. Lastly, I would like to hear from you, please. If someone is listening to this and it's going to be on YouTube as well and listening to this conversation and they feel lost and alone in their own mental health journey, what would you say to them?
Posted this morning. Like I said, I did say this earlier, that I've been this, since Monday. I've just been doing regulate your nervous system, speak slow, think slow, respond slow. Like just be aware of where you are. Like I said, I saw a video of somebody saying that in the morning it's such a huge rush. Everything in the morning is a rush, and that alone takes a lot. Going through traffic, Lebone, Antula. By the time you get to the office or wherever you're going, it's a lot. It's a lot. So what I would say is, I posted this. I said Rome was not built in a day. However, every day Rome was built. Every day. It took over, is it 10,000, 1,000 years for Rome to be built. It had to be built every day. There was no day where they sat and said, it's child. It had to be built every day. So you need to build yourself every day. You don't stop. You will forget. When you remember, get back to it. And we grow. Because for me in 2021, the methods that I used then, they still work, but then at this point, for this woman that I am, I have implemented other methods. You understand? Journaling, those kind of things. Speaking to people. I used to be scared to speak to people. I used to be scared. For me, it was like, you can't know my business, bro. For what? Your business is not that important. It's not like money you understand? So just speak. Speak. It will help somebody, it will help you because people have different mindsets. And how you see something, somebody will give you a better solution than what you're thinking. If you're dealing with I don't know, a spade, somebody will be like, no, but use this machine. It's going to help you do it quicker. You know, you just speak to people. And always remember, it was built every day. Not in a day, but every day it was built. So build yourself every day. Say, Pella Pelu, it's not a competition, it's not a race. Nobody's out here saying, hey, I'm the most stable person on earth. No one is ever stable. We all have something, even if we seem like there isn't something, there is, you know. So work on your weaknesses, work on your fears. I know that mental health issues bring fears to the forefront. You will literally erase your existence from people. And it will be fear when you have to meet people, when you have to speak with people, when you have to be out there and engage. So just work on yourself. Stay jalapeno. It's not a competition. Do yourself best and learn yourself. The one thing also is when you are intentional about being on a good mental health journey, is that you start also learning certain parts about yourself that you didn't know. You know, how you used to react to something. Eventually, it grown or whatever, it helps. And mental health journey, people take it for granted. Like you said, that there was like a trend where people are saying, oh, but these people are like scams, whatever. It will be a scam when you're not intentional. It will be because it's not, you don't want it most. So it's not going to work for you. But there's people that want to actually be in a state where they can have control of their minds, have control of their lives. And you will practice these things. It's literally like studying for an exam. If you don't, you're going to fail. You understand? And certain situations in a day will make you realize that how sharp you think you're okay, but you're not okay. You are out there, maybe at a concert, something happens, and you react in a certain way, and it also dawns on you, no, but this is not like a normal human reaction. Why am I tripping? Because it was just like a slip or and then it dawns on you, Akishab, I need to do something. So if you are intentional, listen, the codes will work for you. The daily actions, the waking up in the morning, it's the same as wanting to be sexy. If you go to gym every day, darling, eventually you are going to be sexy. So people are lazy. Like I said, people think that we just live. However, there is somebody literally paying thousands and thousands of rands a yearly for their mental health, which goes to show that there is something that's happening in the world that's impacting us daily. And if you are not careful, you will get to a place of resentment or whatever. You just eventually not like who you are. So you have to work on yourself daily to like who you are and also to be a better person to other people. Like, why don't you want to be cool?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
That's so great because I love that you're saying that you're adding on being great for other people as well because we try to work around Tabahor. We don't want to be people pleasers because that affects our mental health negatively, right? But I really believe in being somebody of not just influence but of substance man to the next person. I don't feel like even you and I, as simple as our relationship is, but because you know you're dealing with someone of substance and you know you come with substance, it is so easy for us to then connect because you know otherwise if only to fela hauna taba ha o ithate ha o rata batho, you're just difficult to be around.
Oh no, yeah, wait, no, like
One. No, ke lebile haholo. I really, really appreciated this conversation. Hle ha o swat. Ne ke batla le ho leboha team of Gang Mo o file di-perfume tse ngata le di-Bravo le di-eng. But also he mentioned something about you speaking life and that they hope that you show up on radio one day. And hela nkotsa radio wena iseng kgale but but yeah, you really do speak life. I completely agree with Timothy on that. And I truly appreciate our conversation. I think anyone else that even comes later on to tune in is going to benefit so much from what you had shared with us today.
yeah, no, guys, let's practice these codes. You know, I mean, there's so many different codes. People will practice codes when they're negative. If somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Negative. Fine, yes, I will believe you, but negative. And then somebody comes and it's like, no, do this for your mental health or whatever. And you're just like, scam. Ah, let's practice our codes. Let's practice our codes. They remind us of who we want to be, who we are. They remind us of the direction that we want to take. We take them for granted, but now as soon as I actually realized, oh, no, man, the computer is serious, but they're actually speaking live. They're actually saying something. I was like, let me remind myself. You know, I mean, this Rome code, this be where your feet are. Ugh, man, it reminds you to go back and be like, now I'm rerouting. But thank you so much without going on and on.
Mm. Now, also, do you have time to take a question? Timo Fukim never told the support, I don't know if we still have time for you to be able to do so. Okay, Mufukeng, please. Not a problem. We can take some questions. Fikile still has a bit of time. I've been looking at the clock and tla bona potso ya hae e reng. Okay, maybe he'll still type it in and send us a question. Are you able to see people's comments and stuff from your side?
Something here, so
Oh, okay. So, oh, yeah, and it can how to send to balance thing that you're not really even clear.
oh, is it ASCII? It's okay.
Oh, I don't want us to spend too much time waiting on this. You know what? Mufiking, maybe. Oh, okay, there it is. How do you keep calm and keep going even though you are going through a lot? Ooh, take it away, man, please.
Work on yourself daily. You will go through a lot every day. It will be even worse if you do nothing about it. So work on yourself every day. Find something that works for you. Some people burn candles, some people take pills, some people hike, some people run, some people go to the gym, some people journal, some people paint. Find something. You know, if you find something that works for you, you know when it starts getting rough, I'm gonna paint. I'm taking out my canvas. I'm gonna paint. People take alcohol. They have time for that, and that's a distraction to actually pinpointing and also being aware of the things that trigger you. Or because I believe that things happen in seasons. It's not the first time that you're going through it. It won't be the last time. However, you need to be able to see it coming, or if it's there, be able to identify that this is the problem that I've had before and this is what I need to do. You know, same as, let's just say you are this weight, you are growing, and then you get to your biggest weight and the doctor's like, no, you need to lose weight, and then you work around losing the weight and going back to, you know, your normal weight. When you start gaining again, you're going to feel it, you're going to see it, and then you're going to know, oh, I have to work out. It's the same as going through stuff in life. You need to be able to pinpoint within this emotion, whatever that's happening. I need to find a strategy. Like I said, I had to go through a whole lot of things to know which ones will be beneficial. So even with you, you know, go through a lot and then go to sleep and have a solution. You need to work around the problem. You need to attack the problem. And that will be able to give you strategies into how you can actually manage your mental health while attacking the problem. Because like I said, whether we like it or not, the problems are always going to be there. So the thing that we need, it's not that we need less problems, we need ways in how we can deal with our mental health while we tackle the problems.
Thank you so much. Ooh, I have nothing to add over there. If you're still asking yourself the same question, Timo Fuking, copy and paste from Australia. And then I'll smash a scala. I'll send to native speaking live. But I think it's time for us to go conversation. You can see. No, thank you. No, but I think for joining us and our internet for explaining to us what happens, what House of Kganya really is about. And yeah, bye. Thank you but so much for joining us on that. And then yeah, is there anything you would like to add before the conversation, Rona?
Please buy my candles, support my business. Get your self care candles so that at least the whole clapper, whole duty, cuddling with your significant other. You know, and I think but you're also benefiting like mentally because maybe the Rana Masadi Rata, yo baby, you know this one at the office, just it brings it down, you know, and then now you can focus on yourselves even better. So please do support me. You can follow me as well. What else? I usually attend markets, so usually I will just post out there. Follow me so that you can know where I am. Usually I do have like discounts on market day. Otherwise, let's just take care of our mental health. Problems are never going to end. Let's support each other and love each other. If somebody withdraws, don't withdraw. Don't be like, for me. Mm-mm. Something is up because it's not a normal thing. So, yeah, take care of yourself.
Awesome. I'm going to put snippets of this conversation on TikTok. Can you please comment, Lau Karafela, thank you for the conversation, whatever, so that when somebody sees the snippet, I can the account how we guy and immediately find it. Okay, otherwise, have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for spending this much amount of time of your day with me. Eh?
Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.